little bit of fatigue, a little bit of being drunk.
Yeah.
Let's do the damn thing.
Let's do it. All right. Welcome back to the Gamepad Saga Podcast, and I'm Eric.
And Kishion.
And today's episode, it's our Star Wars episode, so may the 4th be with you.
May the 4th be with you, damn it. But you want to know something?
What's that?
I'm not sure. I'm 3 beers in, and we're feeling pretty good.
Feeling
pretty good. Yeah.
Did you need something to eat?
No, I ate before I got here, but
Okay.
I do need to drink some water
right.
because, hey, responsible drinking is making sure you're hydrated.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, you are going to be hungover, and it's going to be a bad thing.
So drink responsibly.
Mm-hmm. Amen to that. This is my limit. Anyway, but yes, may the 4th be with you.
So do you have, let's see, how were you introduced to Star Wars? Or do you like Star Wars?
I do like Star Wars.
Okay.
Not as much as you do, but I do like Star Wars. Now, everyone should know this. Eric is a Star Wars head. Oh, come on.
I mean, I'm a fan, yes. I recently started reading the expanded universe stuff.
Like
reading
the books?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because before I just left the movies, left it at that. Didn't care about anything else. But I was like, let me expand on. Let's see what else is out there. It's pretty good.
Yeah. So I would say my first experience was, the first Star Wars: A New Hope came out. It was a representative of good versus evil, and when we were kids, a lot of shows, a lot of movies, a lot of TV series or whatever you want to call it, they all were revolved around good versus evil.
Versus evil, yeah.
It was kind of one of those things that drew me. I'm like, okay, yeah, the good guys win, and then Empire Strikes Back comes, all 3 of these were already out by the time I already started it, and Empire Strikes Back, and now the bad guys come back, and it's like, whoa, hold up, this is a whole new twist,
A little different twist, yeah.
Like the bad guys get the upper hand this time. When have you seen that in that time? When have you seen that? Never.
Often, yeah.
Not often at all. Then Jedi Returns. The Jedi Returns.
Return of the Jedi.
Return of the Jedi, yeah. Yeah, see. That's the 3rd beer I had.
Just feeling good.
I'm feeling great. And then, at the end of the day, Luke prevails. Skywalker and Han Solo and what's his name? Yeah, Chewie. And Princess Leia. Can you believe they kissed? That's crazy.
I know. I was like, huh? What? But hey.
It's like, that's your sister. I'm like, oh, hold up here.
Right.
Hold up. We're well before not Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones here.
Yeah.
All right. Well before that. But yeah, I guess George Lucas had a sick mind of his own for a little bit. But I mean, it's part of the story, so I'm not really here bashing it, but I thought it was a funny thing. But yeah, it was a good series, that first 3. And then I remember all of us, Dad, myself, you, and Ree, we went to go see episode 1.
Did we?
Yeah, all 3 of us went to the movies to go see it.
Okay.
I mean, all 4 of us.
I don't know. I have a feeling I didn't see that one. I guess we did.
I mean, we did. All of us went.
Okay.
So I'm the one that has the memory of an elephant. This one, on the other hand, does not. That's okay.
Could be, because I know I did not see Revenge of the Sith in the theaters.
I didn't either.
Okay, so that makes sense to see the first one.
And I didn't see Clone Wars either, but not in theaters. But I did see Clone Wars at home.
Mm-hmm.
That was so boring.
You didn't like it?
No,
I heard it was good.
So boring.
Oh.
Now, are you talking about the cartoon Clone Wars?
Yeah, the animated.
Okay, that's different. That's really good.
Okay.
But the movie, The Clone Wars?
Yeah, it was an animated movie.
No. There was an episode.
Oh, sorry.
Episode 2 was The Clone Wars.
Attack of the Clones, yes.
Yeah, Attack of the Clones, yeah. Sorry. I screwed that title up. Forgive me.
I would agree. It was the worst.
Yeah, that was boring as hell. Like,
yes.
I was like, what is this? If I wanted to watch something like this, I would watch soap operas. Soap operas are boring as shit. And then there's always a twist and turn. Oh,
Yeah.
Jackie slept with Henrietta's husband.
Yeah.
And then it's a slow build up to figure out why it happened, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's kind of like what that was. I couldn't think of Henrietta. Jesus. But yeah, I watched that one. I didn't see all of episode 3. I maybe caught the tail end of it a couple times, and I saw it in bits and pieces. Oh, excuse me. But kind of drew my own conclusion on it and saw that he got burned in the lava and still lived somehow. So
yes, then Darth Vader was born.
Darth Vader. Vader's that man. I'm sorry. Vader's that man.
I would agree.
Skipping to Rogue One. You remember at the beginning where he was just like fucking slaying people left and right?
So it was a time when we would go to movies like at 11 a.m. or whatever.
Matinees, baby. Cheap.
That was probably, I think that night before, I stayed up like all night playing video games. And then I was like, oh, this movie's boring. I'm falling asleep. And then when they board the cruiser at the end, the dark room, the lightsaber ignites, I was like, oh my God. Then I was finally awake.
So my thing on Star Wars, one of the things that really interested me was Darth Revan.
Okay.
Darth Revan interested me. And the game that actually interested me with Darth Revan was the Knights of the Old Republic games.
I would recommend those.
Yes. So I've only played the second one. I never played the first one. I believe the first one was on PC only, if I'm not mistaken.
Knights of the Old Republic?
I think so.
So Old Republic was on PC.
Okay.
But Knights of the Old Republic was on the consoles.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, I saw that the other day. I was like, huh? What?
Yeah, Knights of the Old Republic. I only played the second one for that one. Oh, excuse me. I am tired.
I see.
I work, my schedule's changed now. So I work at the hospital from 7 to 7, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And boy, 12 hours really does take it out of you.
It does.
It really does. Especially when trying to save lives. And
not only physically draining, must be emotional.
It is emotionally draining. It is. But yeah, we did great. All of our cases went well.
Good.
But back to the Old Republic. So, Knights of the Republic 2, I know, are Old Republic, Knights of the Old Republic and Knights of the Old Republic 2 kind of had the story of Revan. And if I'm not mistaken, he had been captured several times, correct? He had been a Jedi.
Yes.
Got captured, turned into a Sith. And then I think it may have flopped back like once or twice more.
Probably. I have not read much on him, but I plan to soon as I'm going through the books.
Yeah. And he's got a really cool design too. He's got that Mandalorian helmet, which is interesting because, Mandalorians were kind of their own thing.
Yeah.
It was kind of like, it was a religion, was it not?
Yeah. But like they did not interact with Jedi, things like that.
Yeah, and then in the Mandalorian, in the Mandalorian, he was the person who was the Mandalorian was not a Jedi, correct?
Person in the Mandalorian.
The
person in the Mandalorian?
The main Mandalorian character.
Oh, correct. Yes, he was not.
I don't think
quote unquote a force wielder.
Right, but there were a select few, and I kind of want to know his backstory if he is a Mandalorian or if maybe he's somebody who collected the helmet. And I don't mean by collecting it by putting it on the shelf, but took on that role or that religion as a Mandalorian. So it's interesting.
Yes, I would agree.
But yeah, those are the only ones. I take a sip of water. Sorry, but those are the only ones that I've had really good interest in when it comes to the games. But yeah, that's kind of how I got started into getting into Star Wars.
Okay. So, how do you feel about Battlefield? I know we talked about it earlier. So was Battlefield something you played a lot of?
Battlefield or Battlefront?
Battlefront.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's all right. I just wanted to make sure because I was going to, we were going to do a deep dive if it was Battlefield. Battlefront, I loved Battlefront.
Yeah.
I loved the first PlayStation 2 Battlefronts, 1 and 2. They paved the way for multiplayer games for sure. Okay. Now on PS2, I think it was if you had the PlayStation adapter, PlayStation 2 adapter, you could play online.
Yeah.
And it kind of, like I said, it paved the way for games like Battlefield and large scale games and even battle royales, to say the least, just because you have a large scale amount of players on the map. I think it was like I can't remember. I think it was like 25 and 25. 25 v 25.
So they really had a big.
It was big.
Wow.
It was a big game.
That's amazing.
It was a big game for a PS2.
For
it was
a
big game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Very big game. But I mean, even playing it by yourself, it was. And I mean, you didn't have to play online to even enjoy that game. Battlefield 1 and 2 were great. I mean, the features, got better. Excuse me. Oh my goodness, all this beer. I'm just like hiccuping and yawning and fucking raining sideways. But I would say just even playing the games by themselves is very immersing. And, you have objectives, you have places you capture. I mean, depending on the game mode, you get TDM.
Yeah.
The AI actually wasn't bad in the games either. They actually were smart. And, you would see them actually like make kills for your team so that you could score points. Unlike most games where you have AI that just shoot in the general vicinity.
Anywhere.
No.
Oh, hey, look, there's an enemy. No. Shoot in the opposite direction.
Right. And then you got, I think the only other game, like I said, was Halo that, we actually.
AI was kind of competent.
Yeah. And they actually killed things for you. But yeah, I mean, Star Wars Battlefront had a really good competency when it came to their AI in the first and second one on PS2. PS4, however, going to those, I guess you would say the remakes of Battlefront. Didn't play the first one, had a really bad experience with the beta. And was like, no, I'm not doing this.
I'm done. Yeah.
I remember it was me, Steve, Jimmy, and I want to say Jimmy's cousin. I want to say it was Jimmy's cousin. And on our PlayStation party, we're getting ready. Oh man, the beta's out. You can play it for free, blah, blah, blah. All right, cool. Yeah. So tell me how, it's a 4-person squad, but, we all joined in the same game at the same time, but I couldn't join the game.
Oh, were they doing where they split everyone up?
No. We were able to play in the same squad.
The same squad. Okay.
But I just wasn't able to load into the game at all. Like, even if I wasn't with them, even afterwards, I was like, no, this ain't it. So I never actually played the first one. And actually never played the first one just because of that experience. And sounds very like, I wouldn't say superficial, but it sounds very minor, right? Like, why would you even get upset about that? Like, it's just a beta. You should
first
know
impressions.
But to me, first impressions are a huge thing.
Yeah.
Now,
I would agree.
I'll give a prime example. Fallout 76. No one liked Fallout 76 when it came out, right?
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
I loved it. You know what I mean? So, I mean, every experience is relative. I would say all the Star Wars fanatics out there would probably be like, as listening, would probably be like, all right, yeah, this bitch is crazy. Like, I don't even know why he even like said that. Oh, well, he can't play with his friends. Oh, he's just a bitch boy, right? But, it was something that I knew was very similar to Battlefield because EA made it.
Yeah.
And I was very excited about it. And I put too much expectation. And that's my fault.
I mean, well, EA kind of put themselves there because they were like, hey, because at one point they did release great games that worked. And then it hit the fan and they were like, we'll just release the same game, change nothing. If you pay me this, and this, then maybe we'll figure something out for you. Yeah. After no one's playing the game anymore. Oh, look at the change we made for you.
But yeah, so Battlefront for PS4, I didn't play. Now Battlefront 2 for PS4, I did play quite a bit. Me and Steve played quite a bit of it. Didn't play it when it first came out because I heard about. I mean, again, I was still kind of going off of
I heard they had issues in your previous experience.
Yeah, my previous experience and the issues that they were having. I don't know if it was connectivity issues or anything like that, but I know it was about the monetization of product. Of course, kind of like an Overwatch 2 type deal.
Yeah.
And then I think years later, because it came out in 2017, 2018?
Which one? Battlefront 2?
Battlefront 2. Yeah, I think it came out in 2018, if I'm not mistaken. Excuse me, everybody. I'm a tired man. But you know what? I'm doing this for you all.
He's doing it for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, released in 2017.
2017? Okay. So it took until 2020 for them to come out with a Celebration Edition.
Yeah.
Which had all the product that you could get out of the monetization. And they sold it for like $20. I picked it up.
Yeah.
I picked it up. I was like, oh, well, yeah, I'm doing that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely doing that. But yeah, all the skins, all the heroes, all the rest of the good stuff you got. And it was a really good game. I enjoyed it. I mean, you literally could play that game. It's far different than Battlefield.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. Ugh, excuse me. You know what? Next time I yawn, you might as well just go ahead and just punch me. Far different than Battlefield. Like you can play that game. Now, you can do this in Battlefield 2, right?
Yeah.
You can do this in Battlefield 2, but Battlefront was a bit easier to stay alive for the most part, as long as you knew your situational awareness.
Mm-hmm.
And the ease of that play, as opposed to Battlefield, is a bit different.
Okay.
The ease is a lot easier in my mind. And you can go, I think, playing that game, I would go on like 30 and 40 kill streaks without dying.
Holy cow.
Yeah. That's how, I mean, I wouldn't say how easy it was, but it's how the map was laid out, how the maps were laid out, and how easy it was to make sure that you were out of range of certain.
So were you only playing the computer, or could you play against other people as well?
No, so this one, if I remember correctly, this is online.
Okay. Oh, they did make, that's right, it was online.
Battlefront 1 for PS4, there was a story. There was a story mode and all the rest of good stuff. But Battlefront 2 was online, and then you can play across all of the galactic storylines. So you can be in the episode eras, or you can be in the 4, 5, 6 eras, or you can even be in the new eras of the newer trilogy that came out, which I liked. I liked a lot of that. And that's what came with the Celebration Edition as well. Like you had all those things compiled into one game for $20.
Oh, wow. That's
$20.
a steal.
Yeah, it was. It was. I remember I bought it on the PlayStation Network, and I got a PlayStation card. I was like, hey, Steve, here's a PlayStation card. Go ahead and pick it up. And that's when we just got into it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's, for the most part, it's pretty much all the, no, I wouldn't say not all of them.
Well, because you never played anything like, what was it, Super Star Wars?
No, didn't play Super Star Wars. Didn't play that. I played, which one? The Obi-Wan game on the original Xbox. You remember that?
I do not.
So it was a linear action hack and slash game, but you played as Obi-Wan, and it actually was a really good game. And this was on the original Xbox. Like I said, you could do acrobatics to like dodge and stuff like that. You use the right stick to swing your sword.
That's awesome.
It was actually a really well-made game, and I'm not sure why that didn't get a sequel. I'm not sure why it didn't.
I'm sure there's a couple of them like that. I was thinking of Attack of the Clones.
Oh,
I know they made episode 1 where you can switch between Anakin and Obi-Wan.
Oh no, PlayStation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. I think it was based off level, correct? I don't think you could like switch in game.
Correct. Yeah.
And there was that one. Jedi Power Battles was a good one too.
Jedi Power Battles.
Yeah.
What was that on?
It was a side-scrolling one. It was on PS2, Dreamcast, original Xbox. Jedi Power Battles. You could pick between Mace Windu.
There you go. Hey, there it is.
Not Anakin, Mace Windu, Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon. Who's that lady?
Who's that lady? Who's that lady? Sweet lady. Padme?
No, not Padme. She's a Jedi. Ahsoka.
Oh, Ahsoka Tano.
Ahsoka. Yeah, Ahsoka Tano.
Right.
I believe she was in it. And there was another character who was in it. Had a really cool face, but just weird at the same time. He was yellow and black. Let me pull up the roster real quick.
Yellow and black.
Because
black and yellow.
Right?
And he was a good guy?
Yeah. Let me see. Jedi Power Battles. Oh, Oh, it's on Steam. That's nice. I didn't know that. Yeah, it came out on Dreamcast. And then the episode 1 game you were talking about was the Phantom Menace PS1 game, correct?
Correct, yes.
Roster. Yeah, so you had Qui-Gon Jinn, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Mace Windu, Adi Gallia, Plo Koon. That's who it was.
Okay.
Plo Koon, and
I forget about him. Give him
I think those were the only Jedi that you could use. I didn't. Well, yeah, it was a really great game. Holy cow! Why am I yawning so much?
For real, man. What's up with that?
I need to cut it out. I need to cut this shit out.
All right, where were we? You're finishing up games. So do you have like a favorite Star Wars character that you like, dislike?
I don't so much have whatever. What y'all again? All right. So I don't so much have a favorite character more than I have just a favorite trilogy, and I guess it would have to be 4, 5, and 6 episodes.
Okay.
Just because we grew up on those. Yeah. And then episode 1, I can add that in there too, but I don't really have a favorite. Actually, you know what? Who was Han Solo's buddy? Chewie. Not Chewie. The other guy. He came out with a movie. Can't remember his name.
Han Solo's buddy.
They wore the same outfit.
Gosh, haven't me think. Lando Calrissian.
Yeah, Lando. I like Lando. I like him.
Played by Billy D. Williams.
Billy D. and Donald Glover.
Yes.
A.K.A. / Childish Gambino.
Yes.
A.K.A. New Diamonds. A.K.A. Lloyd
names?
Banks.
Jeez.
No. I just added those on there.
A.K.A. Dang, now I want to think of that movie that did this long thing. They're like, A.K.A. blah, blah, blah. A.K.A. I don't know. We'll find that movie.
Okay. I was thinking, I was pulling out a Lloyd Banks reference.
Oh, man.
But yeah, Lando. Lando was that man.
Lando Calrissian. Funny.
What about you, brother?
For me, as far as favorite character, Darth Vader and Darth Maul.
Yeah, I would go with Vader. Maul, on the other hand. So apparently, hold on. So before we go any further, apparently Maul didn't die?
Correct. So after Obi-Wan chopped him up, he survived. They explain it in the Clone Wars, the TV series, and then how he got his metal legs. Could be in the comics, but I haven't got that far yet. I just know.
So he appeared in the Clone Wars?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I would advise you to check out the Clone Wars.
I remember it was on Cartoon Network. Either that or Nickelodeon? Cartoon Network.
Cartoon Network.
It was on Cartoon Network. Yeah, I remember back in the day that it was on that. But yeah. Right.
But they're actually great. They're good episodes to watch. I mean, as far as movie, The Empire Strikes Back is my favorite. You know, it's kind of one of those, the good guys didn't win, the bad guys didn't win, but find out on the next episode
of Dragon Ball Z. Sorry. I had to do it.
So do you ever remember us playing Jedi Knight or Jedi Academy, I guess?
Yes. I kind of want to get the mod on my PC, but yes.
I don't know. I found that game so difficult.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, what? No, that game was great. That wasn't difficult at all.
Jedi Academy, then the second one, Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast. I don't know.
That was Jedi Knights 2?
Yeah, they made 2 of them.
Oh, Jedi Outcast. Yeah. That's right. Jedi Outcast I didn't get very far in that one just because, it took forever for you to get to a point where you can use the saber.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they did make it a while before you got your saber.
I think you had to be almost halfway through the game, something like that.
Jeez. Why do you think I played the game? I want to use the saber, not a blaster.
Right. The Jedi Academy, okay, I take that back. Oh, my Lord. Ugh, excuse me. Jedi Academy was one of my top favorites.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I loved it. I mean, the storyline was great.
Mm-hmm.
The use of shooting, the first-person shooting, and the saber, third-person saber use. That was good. The force attributes you could have was pretty cool. You can either do dark force powers or light force powers.
Oh, so it allows you to do. Oh, well, the game separated them. Okay.
Yeah, it separated them. I don't think you could. I think you could actually choose between each ones. Actually, you could have dark powers and light powers.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I thought that was a really good touch on that game, and then just the game was just fast paced.
Yeah,
and the maneuverability was great. Like, you had like the super jump. You had all kinds of other things. I mean, there's puzzles that you had to solve. It was a good game. That was a really good game. And I forgot about that. I completely forgot about that game. And I think I got it on PS5 actually when they
did
when they rolled it out. Yeah.
Yeah. I picked it up. It's like,
yeah, that's a great game. Great game. You should definitely check out some of those YouTube videos when those people have those like huge battle royales with those games. It's insane. And then you could change you could change your stances. You could have like different saber selections. Like you can have dual sabers. You can have the staff. Yeah. You can have single. And then, like I said, the stances. You had a power stance. You had a quick stance. You had a balance stance. So it was. Yeah, it was pretty innovative for
games doing great things.
Yeah, games are not doing great things now.
So how do you feel about the Jedi Fallen Order or Jedi Survivor games?
I have not played it yet, but I saw it on PlayStation Network for $20. And I'm probably going to pick it up.
I have Fallen Order. I did enjoy it. And I think a couple of times I told you that's when I was introduced to the New Game Plus thing. So I thought that was interesting. I recently did get Survivor, still in the package, but haven't opened it up yet.
No, I heard Survivor is an open world or semi-open world.
Semi, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't really have too much on those ones per se, but I do like the concept of different protagonist, Cal Kestis.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, this took place. I was talking with somebody, and they were telling me like where the games took place in between the actual main lores of the story.
Mm-hmm.
And if I remember correctly, this took place before 4, 5, and 6.
Let me double check here.
Because who knew that the games had such a plot in the story as well?
Oh, yeah. Just like the books, like when you open the book, it gives you like a timeline of each book and the movies. It's like, holy cow. Just to give you a time. Okay, Jedi Order is set 5 years after the events of Star Wars Episode 3.
Yeah, so it was right before 4, 5, and 6, like I said. 5 years after the event?
Yeah, after the events of Episode 3, yeah.
Yeah, because I think that was when Anakin was killing all them babies, unfortunately.
Yeah,
that was dark. That was a dark period.
When I first saw it, I was like, okay. Like, I was younger, and I was like, oh, okay. But then as I got older, I kind of like, what the heck is wrong with this guy?
Yeah.
But I feel it aids in his transition to the dark side.
Yeah, but killing your own kind to be on the dark side.
Yeah, because it's an evil thing to do.
Dark side, something.
Okay, Family Guy.
Yeah, it's a perfectly good couch. What are you talking about? Perfectly good couch. But I just never understood why Anakin would. I mean, if anything, there could have been other ways that he could have done this, right? Could have been other ways. He could have killed the council.
Well, I mean,
he could have killed the council.
Yeah.
But to kill the babies? Come on now.
I mean, what's one way to be pure evil?
Kill babies. And I don't condone it, but I'm just saying, I agree with the character transition.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you're doing that, then you must be one sinister man to even think to want to do that and not even bat an eye.
Right.
Yeah, but what do you think if he did kill the council and left the babies alive?
I think, let's see, at the time,
I think it
was Windu dead at the time?
Windu was
already dead.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was, I don't say powerful enough yet, but I don't think they would not have allowed him to.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. I know Anakin would have probably taken out a few of them for sure. Because I mean, he was a skilled fighter.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're right. I think it would have been overpowered, but
I don't think he would have the balls to take out Yoda.
not yet. Not then.
Right.
Not then. Because he was still green. Yoda was like, what, 800 years old at that time?
Yeah.
It was just about as old as Grogu. But yeah, going back to what we were talking about, sorry for getting off topic, but going back to what we're talking about with the Fallen Order series, yeah, I'd like to try that, but I haven't taken the time to do it just yet, because
I got you.
Not yet. Yeah. Just not yet. Not something that's on the top of my list at the moment.
I mean, they're good for what they are. A little hack and slash.
I hear they're more Souls-like.
I don't know, I'm not too familiar with Souls, but I guess
we'll get into that. We'll get into that shortly. We'll have a Souls podcast.
Yeah. Okay. That'd be good.
One of those.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, it's not so much. It's more. And you've been playing. Did you play Fallen Order yet? You played it, right?
Yes.
So it's more of a timing based and parrying based, and making sure that you're, perfect parrying or timing it on the perfect, dodging the perfect way, and yeah, it's kind of like that.
Right. Well, I mean, I did beat the game, but halftime I just want to slice them up, call it a day.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's not like
it's something getting used to when you have to kind of, I don't want to say step back your play style, but more adding another tool to your repertoire.
Yeah.
Like the game makes you have to parry and stuff like that.
Yes, that's Dark Souls in a nutshell. It's Dark Souls in a nutshell. And Dark Souls is hard. But we're not at that point yet. What would you say is your favorite series of Star Wars games?
Favorite series? Well, you put me on the spot. I never really put one at the top, but I do have games that everyone should try that I enjoy.
I'm listed.
I don't know if other people enjoy, because it might not be high on their list, because it kind of made the character kind of OP for everything. But I have to say The Force Unleashed, 1 and 2.
So I never played any of those. I watched Steve play those, because Steve is he's a big Star Wars guy like you. I am not privy to playing it myself, but it seems like it's very hellish, and you're like destroying everything.
Yes, you can destroy everything. Our favorite lead character, find his name.
He's supposed to be like one of the Sith apprentice for Palpatine, right?
Yes. Well, for Vader. So Galen Merrick, aka Star Killer.
That's right, Star Killer. Hell, this is canon, correct?
It is not.
Oh,
the first one was released in 2008, and Disney had not officially acquired the Star Wars name. So it's kind of, I guess, yes and no. But since Disney took over, these games are not canon. They're like, because he was sent to kill everybody.
Well, I mean, he's a Sith. That's his job.
Yes.
Now, let me ask this. Now, do you think, now that I think about this, Sith are Jedi, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then the people they're trying to kill are other Jedi.
So you mean the Sith? Yeah, Sith going after Jedi.
So what are we doing here? Are we causing mass genocide with your own people?
I guess you can say that.
I wouldn't say own people, but your own kind.
It's just, like the good and evil. But some, I guess, view things differently or have a different point of view. And it's like, I think they have Anakin mentioned in the movies, like his view, he views the Jedi as evil people.
Well, anyway, let's talk about the Force Unleashed. We'll get there. We'll go back to that in a little bit.
Okay.
Because I don't want to go off task too much. New Year's resolution is let's not go off task. But I do want to get back to that in a minute.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Force Unleashed,
Star Killer,
fourth
The fourth Force Unleashed.
The Force Unleashed.
Say that real fast.
Came on a handful of platforms, the N-Gage, the DS, PS3 to the Wii, Windows.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, so you imagine what the controls is like for all of those different systems. With the Wii, you could wield the Wii remote like you could an actual lightsaber, similar to what you could do with The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. To use the Force abilities, this could be done by using the nunchuck. For the DS, you had to use the touchscreen to attack, the enemies that you encountered. If you wanted to use the Force push or Force jump, you would have to tap on certain areas on the screen of the DS. So I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, it does sound interesting.
So Sam Witwer provides the voice of Galen Merrick, Starkiller, we previously mentioned. He also played the voice in other games, which include Emperor Palpatine and Darth Maul.
Do it. Do it.
Matt Sloan voices Darth Vader. Nathalie Cox is the voice of Juno Eclipse. She's not only a pilot in the game, but she's also Starkiller's love interest.
Oh, love interest, eh?
Love interest in the game. I was like, really? But I guess it's kind of in there because, he has like a power struggle, just like Luke did. Good, evil. So,
I mean, did Luke really have a power struggle though?
Of joining, well, I know the movie doesn't really show it because you kind of really doesn't say what is he struggling besides I need to pick a side.
Right.
So, but I'm sure the readings might say something different as far as what he was actually going into.
Right.
And speaking of that, they did release 2 books, same name as the video games. So I'm sure they dive into further more detail.
Force Unleashed?
Yep.
Really? There's 2 books?
Yeah.
Interesting. Same universe? Or not same universe, but same thing? But, well, I mean, was that canon?
No, it's more of like, I guess you call it expanded universe now.
Oh, God. Disney, you're killing me, bro.
But they are written by, let me get his name.
I'm cold. I can't get his covers in a good spot.
Are you sure?
I've been fighting this shit for like the last 10 minutes. You seen me move around and everything like that?
The author is Sean Williams. I did pick up the books. I haven't read them yet, but I am curious to see what is in store.
Okay. Sean Williams, huh?
Yes.
So, all right. So, yeah. Can you give us the premise? I mean, like the first game, like Starkiller, what was he supposed to do?
So The Force Unleashed follows the story of Starkiller. He's a secret apprentice trained by Darth Vader during the rise of the Galactic Empire. And it's set between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope. The game kind of explores the origins of the Rebel Alliance and Starkiller's redemption.
Oh, what's he redeeming?
The path of good. So Darth Vader discovers a young Force-sensitive child, Galen Merrick, and after killing his Jedi father, Kento Merrick, he takes the child as his secret apprentice, names him Starkiller, and raises him to hunt down any and all surviving Jedi.
So he's part of Order 66.
As Starkiller, the player embarks on missions to eliminate the Jedi. He meets General Ram Koda. Kind of becomes like a mentor to Galen. Kind of like Obi-Wan is the Anakin.
Okay.
He hunts down Kazdan Paratus, a Shak Ti. Then after proving himself, Vader betrays Starkiller. Your normal cliche movie.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Seemingly killing him to maintain the secrecy of the existence from the Emperor. Because the Emperor was like, what is this? So Vader had to kill him and be like, I don't know what you're talking about. But Starkiller is revived by Vader, who claims the betrayal was staged to fool the Emperor. Vader tasks Starkiller with gathering an army to overthrow the Emperor, thus starting the seeds of the rebellion.
Whoa. This is deep.
Yeah, because Vader wants to be like, hey, I'm the top dog here.
I mean, Palpatine was on his deathbed anyway, so like, I mean, how long did Palpatine live?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
With him coming back in
the newer Star Wars.
Yeah. I mean,
I thought they cloned him.
I don't know.
I thought they cloned him.
Call it a clone. Yeah. I haven't gone down that rabbit hole with that one.
Yeah. Okay. All right. But that's like interesting, though. That's something to even think about.
Like I said, I've recently started going down the lore stuff, reading all the other books.
Yeah. All right. So that's kind of the premise of the first one.
Yeah, forming the Rebel Alliance. Starkiller allies with key figures like Ram Koda, Princess Leia, Organa. Vader betrays Starkiller again.
This is the second one.
No, still the first one.
The first one. Jesus Christ,
a lot goes down in the first one.
Well, I mean, what's Vader doing, man? Like, like I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'm gonna tell you this straight up. I thought Vader was cool. He's a straight up bitch for this. Like what?
Yeah, after what was the book that I read? Was it the Darth Plagueis book? Oh, there was a good book where he's just going around. I will find it. But yeah. So yeah, Vader captures everybody. And then, of course, the final battle happens. So this game has two endings, the light side or the dark side. So the light side ending, Starkiller sacrifices himself to save the rebellion, becoming a martyr for the cause. Then you have the dark side ending, Starkiller kills Vader and takes his place as the Emperor's enforcer. So Starkiller's actions directly inspire the formation of the Rebel Alliance, setting the stage for the original trilogy. And the game explores themes of redemption, betrayal, and the cost of freedom. I mean, I know some people, like I said earlier, these games might not be high on their list because of the writing, but, it's a fun little hacker slasher.
Yeah. And, the interesting about that game, or both those games specifically, it's made by the Euphoria engine, which I'm not sure why we're not using it. I'm not sure why most games are not using it right now. Maybe it's because it's outdated.
It could be. Yeah.
But that engine was very smart. That's the same engine that was that was used in GTA 4.
Was it?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. That engine was very smart.
That's why they have the ragdoll physics.
Yeah. I mean, the ragdoll physics, I mean, it's natural. It's natural movement, basically. It's a natural reaction to certain things, right?
Yeah.
Maybe some of it's a little bit over exaggerated, right? But
especially when you would force pick up someone, you can just hold them there and then toss them around.
Yeah. But that's what made the game.
That's
what made the game. That's what made the environments destructible. That's what gave the game its charm. Was that engine specifically, from what I've noticed and what I've seen when I watched Steve play it. But yeah, I think that these games, especially that game engine, deserves more than what it's gotten, because it didn't enter a lot of games,
especially in GTA 4. I was like, oh, this is awesome.
Yeah, but it made the driving awful in that game.
I would agree. But going back to the Force Unleashed. Porsche, baby.
Porsche, baby. Porsche Unleashed. Go ahead.
But the second game is similar. But this time, Starkiller has died, but he was cloned 1,138 times. Or I guess 1137. 1138 was the one that made it. The one that get the job done. But yeah, man.
Yeah.
Force Unleashed 2. I believe everyone. The Force Unleashed 2.
Force Unleashed.
I cannot talk. But that, I would think everyone should check it out.
Yeah, I agree with it. I want to check it out myself, so I'll probably find a way to. I wonder if it's on Steam.
It should be.
Yeah, I'll
It's
check
the
it out.
first one.
Only the first one?
At least, maybe. I'm sure they're both in there, but
I'll check it out on Steam.
If not, you can always borrow it from me.
Oh, sweet. What system?
PS3.
I think I have one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I had one. Yeah, that's all I got for Star Wars. I was not really that immensely immersed. No. So let's go back to what we were talking about with the, how do you call it? I guess you call it the horizontal hostility.
Horizontal hostility.
Yeah. So my last partner I was with, she informed me on what that was, and it was within a group of people that have, and I'm paraphrasing, that have issues or differences with one another, right? And kind of like with the Jedi killing each other off, it's within the same group, so the hostility is within the group. It's not going out towards anything. It's just staying neutral. Not neutral, but it's just staying within that line of scope of people.
Yeah.
So I kind of find that very interesting, how we have the same powers, basically. Maybe different variations of those powers. And we're killing each other off for whatever reason it is. Like, I want to take over the world. I'm siding with the Emperor. Or I want to go ahead and destroy you because you're putting people in jeopardy and you're trying to make this a dictatorship. Or are they sick, demented people that want to, or just get deployed to destroy bases and such and liberate for themselves so that they can go ahead and gain more power in certain sections of the universe or whatever, galaxy, whatever you want to call it, right?
Yeah.
So, wouldn't you think that it's a bit of a oxymoron or hypocrisy?
Well, as far as, the difference between the Jedi and the Sith, I guess. But they kind of live by a code, The Sith are like people filled with anger because they always have like, anger leads to hate, hate leads to pain, pain leads to suffering.
Does it? Pain leads to growth. Hate leads to love.
Yeah.
I think, now I'm just getting a little philosophical here, but
Star Wars is philosophical.
It's very philosophical, but it's just something to think about. Viewers, comment, let me know, let us know anyway, what you think. But at the end of the day, who's right? There's justification in taking a life in some instances, right? But there's no justification in doing that as well. But at the end of the day, it's still a sin.
Yeah.
Regardless of how you look at it. So, and obviously they don't, it's a fictional book. So you're not going to, or a fictional story. So you're not going to really like put any biblical sense into it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there are codes that they live by too. And obviously killing isn't one. You can look at most movies and know that killing isn't one, right?
Yeah.
But killing is a main thing in a lot of movies. But I would definitely say that that's something to think about anyway.
It is. I would agree. Yeah.
So who's right? Who do you think is right? Do you think the light side or the dark side's right? And not so much because light means great, good,
pure,
pure, and dark is evil and all the rest of good stuff. But also we have to remember too, good people can do shitty things and shitty people can do good things.
Yes.
So is anyone right in this category? The world may never know. But I'd love to hear some input.
That'd be good.
I'd love to see some input responses. Responses and then backing it up with facts from the lore. I think that would be a really cool thing to see people's reactions or people's opinions.
Yeah. Well, I'll let you know. Like I said, I started going down that rabbit hole of reading all the, not source, but expanded universe stuff, reading all the books. So that'll be interesting. Well, thank you guys for listening. That is our Star Wars episode.
Yeah, we'll probably expand on it a little bit more with a different one later on. For sure. We'll probably get some more games on there. because there's plenty of Star Wars games.
Plenty of games to go around. Yes. All right. We out.
Yada yada.
Take it easy. Thanks for listening.
Later.